party for you, and if I do anything you want me to do.
I'm Nicole Nikki Farah. Welcome to my YouTube. If you're new here, go ahead and give me a subscribe. If you have been here for a minute, you already know this is long overdue. I'm showing you exactly how to install a U-part unit. Make it look like a full sewing because we're sewing it down. Layer and curl and bleed. Blend your leave out. It's gonna be a good one. Make sure you stay tuned, watch to the end, and comment if you think this style is gonna last me while I go to Africa for the first time. Y'all, it's about 93 degrees there and humid. You will see my natural hair, you will see me blended. I will keep y'all updated, but comment below if you think it's gonna last. Anywho, let's get straight into the tutorial. Jumping right in, we're starting with freshly shampooed hair. Really important to give yourself a chance to win. So you just need to go in, detox your hair completely, make sure there's no product on it. Second thing, really important, deep condition. I'm starting with PRG anti-breakage protection mask to give yourself bulletproof hair, and that is what I strive to do when I deep condition. I'm going to work this product in from root to end. If you've ever noticed your hair just turns out better at the salon, it's because typically they're giving you a really great wash and an even better deep condition. So I want to take this, apply it to damp hair, and work it in with a Denman brush. I have low porosity hair, which just means it takes my hair so much longer to get saturated and really hold on to products. So I do myself a favor and I work the product in. Working in 4 equal sections, I'm just going to take water, my PRG anti-breakage mask, and work it in with a Denman brush. You really want to be gentle with your hair. You don't want it popping and breaking. And what I love about this product is that it's so hydrating. You can literally see the shine coming from within. Love it for me. After I'm done working that in, I'm just going to twist that section down and move on to the next section. Doing this is going to allow your hair to just be hydrated and healthy. Literally putting protect and protective style. Okay, so after we get through all of this, we are going to lock it in with some heat. For my low porosity hair, I love to add in some kind of heat element, usually indirect heat, just to penetrate my cuticles further. If you're not aware, I'm Nicole Nikki Farah. I'm a licensed cosmetologist and I've literally done thousands of services. So when I tell you I know, I know. Make sure you work in your deep condition. I cannot stress this enough. If you've ever noticed you took out the protective style and you have more damage or breakage than ever, it's usually because you didn't hydrate before. And I am guilty of this as well. So reminder for myself as well. This is the PRG anti-breakage mask. We're working it completely in, and then we're going to go ahead and lock it in with some heat. I just have a bonnet dryer. It's one complete piece and I got it from Amazon. Then I'm going to rinse all of that out with cool water, and now we have clean hair to start our actual style. So today we'll be installing a U-part unit. Love these. It gives the illusion of a sew-in, but it's not because it's so much faster. What you want to do is part away your hair the same size as the leave out that the U-part has. So if you've made it or you've bought it from somewhere, there's a section that's missing. You want to match that up with the leave out you're going to be leaving. Don't leave too little because you want to cover the tracks. Don't leave too much because you want to do yourself a favor and be able to blend it. Once you have that part sectioned away, go ahead and clip it, and then we're going to get our natural hair ready to be braided down. I'm going in with the strengthening retaining cream from PRG Beauty as well. Perfect for my low porosity hair. I have naturally sandy-ish brown hair, and it's just dry. Everything takes so long to penetrate it, so I've created products that work for low porosity hair and not for curl types, because curl typing does not matter. I'm going in and I'm pulling that product through. You need to pull all your products through. Then I'm going to seal it with the penetrating growth oil from PRG as well. So you want to moisturize and seal always. When you moisturize it, go ahead and seal it with an oil so that it stays there. You'll notice that when you take out the protective style, it's completely moisturized. After I work that product through and pull it from root to end, we're going to twist it away and get ready to blow dry the hair. I'm going in with Color Wow Speed Dry. This is going to act as a heat protectant and kind of speed up that blow dry. I'm doing Sheer Shine by Nairobi, and then I'm also going to do the Color Wow Dream Coat for curly hair. Love it. If you're using it for a silk press, it works well as well. It just adds like a shield to your hair. I'm going to pull that product through. Because I know I'm going to be blow drying my hair straight, I like to use the tension method, and all of my movements before I add in any heat are stretching my curl pattern. So I'm literally pulling my hair in a downward direction. If that's the way I want it to go, my hands and all of my manipulation is going to move in that direction. Before I add in any comb attachment or brush attachment, I like to do some work just stretching that curl pattern, just me and the blow dryer. Then I add in any attachment. I don't want to rip and pull through my hair. Once that section is blow dried out, we're just going to take it and twist it away. Get it out of the way and do it with the rest of your hair. Now let me preface this by saying I am by no means a braider. I'm sorry, boo. You're going to have to watch somebody else's tutorial, because when I tell you I struggle with braids, I struggle. Usually my sister braids my hair, but girl. So what you want to do, ideally, is have a really strong anchor braid around that leave out. I'm braiding everything in a downward direction so that when I hit the curve of my head right by the temple, there's a strong point. I don't want to braid in the opposite direction because I won't have a nice strong curve. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about in about 3, 2, 1. Right there. You see where that braid is hanging off, and I'm going to curve it down. You really want to have a nice anchor there. You don't want to start any braids in that area because we need to be able to sew that U part as close as possible to that hairline. Now that we struggled through the braids that no one will see, we're going to go ahead and grab our thread. I would highly suggest nylon thread. Throw your cotton thread away if you care about your fingers, and go ahead and grab your U part. So my U part, that's the shape of my leave out, but I am going to reshape it because that is a space for a 4x4. I did not want to leave out that much hair, so I'm going to show you exactly how I reshape it. What we want to do with the U part is grab a curved needle and our nylon thread, and we're just going to thread that needle. Push the nylon thread up through the hole. I like to use a large curved needle, and then the nylon thread, I just make it the length of my arm so that I'm not overextending. We're going to go underneath our braid and up around the U part, that track, the cap, everything. Once we get that other side of the curve under the braid and through the U part and everything, we're going to take our thread and wrap it around 2 to 3 times. This is going to create a knot. When we pull it, we will have a knot. This is how we're securing it. We're going to go underneath the braid, underneath the track, underneath the wig cap, curve, wrap 3 times, pull it through. You're going to create a series of knots. You can do it as close or as far, but pro tip, the closer you do, the longer it stays, the better of a hold you have. Underneath the braid, underneath the cap, underneath the weft, wrap it around 2 to 3 times and pull it. You have a knot. It's pretty simple. You're just going to follow that curvature of the unit, and you're going to go and follow your braids. That is why it's important to have a braid right around the front so that we can push it right in there. Now, this is the part that I'm talking about where I'm reshaping it. I made a smaller section for my leave out. That means I have excess cap. All I'm doing is cutting off the excess, and I'm going to sew everything behind that. It's okay to cut up your wig, especially if you're going to wear it this way for a long time. If you plan on changing your part, don't play these games, leave out the right amount. But if you're a little bit more advanced, feel free to cut it to your head so that it works as best as possible. Same goes for the sides and the back. You're going to go underneath your braid, through the weft, through the cap. And then once you push through to the other side, you're just going to wrap it around 2 to 3 times, create a knot, and pull it. It is much more simpler than a quick weave. It's way more simple than doing a full-on sew-in. Clip-ins are pretty easy. You could actually clip in some hair pretty easy, but I don't think it looks as good and it's not as long lasting because clip-ins come out all the time. For my head, it takes me about 2 to 3 needles and threads to get around my head. If you want to do some interior stitches, you can. You would just separate a few tracks and sew in between, attaching to those braids. So again, around the front, you have a really nice anchor braid. Go through the braid, go through the weft and the cap, go through all of these areas and tie it around 2 or 3 times. When you get that needle to the other side, pull it through, you have a knot. So we're going to finish going around the entire perimeter, same way we did the front. And the next step is a pro tip that you can absolutely skip, but I would suggest you do. It gives a more polished look and it allows you to blend your leave out so much better. So we're sewn in, we can go into blending, but I wouldn't suggest it. I want to track a whole lot closer to my leave out so that I can blend it. And it's going to be nice and flatter so that it looks flat up top. So I'm going in with some super hair bond. I've already put a protective bit of cap right by my leave out, and I'm just going to apply glue to that weft and place it as close as possible to my leave out. This helps with blending and makes it look so much better and seamless. We're going to blow dry that on. And when it's time for me to take it off, all I need to do is add a bit of oil to that area. Now it's time to blend our leave out. I'm going in with Color Wow, some Kendra Silkening Cream, and a whole host of other products. I like to provide some heat protectant and shine in my blow dry. So I'm going to blow dry that in using the tension method. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry my wig as well. We want to remove as much texture as possible so that when we go to style it, we're not working over the previous just wash texture. If you have bone straight hair, I would suggest washing it before installing to give it a bit more texture. For this style, we're going to be curling. Then I'm going to take my leave out. Essentially with your leave out, you're going to split it down the middle. So make sure you have enough for each side. And then I'm going in with the Babyliss Pro. I'm going to take those titanium plates. I'm going to use just one single pass of the flat iron. I'm going to feed my hair in, and I am going to hold those plates as tight as possible. When I use heat on my hair, I want to make it count. I don't want to use it willy-nilly. I don't want to do multiple taps at the root. I don't want to go over it several times because I don't want excess heat damage. It's just unnecessary for a temporary style. So again, I'm going to part my hair. I'm going to feed it into the comb. I'm going to grab those titanium plates, squeeze the plates as taut and as tight as possible, and do just one pass. Doing one pass is possible because I'm using little slivers of hair. I'm not trying to flat iron a big waft of hair. Again, take your time. You have all day essentially if you've planned out your day right. So right now you have your unit on, your hair is kind of blended. It's pretty blended, but we still need to hit the edges and we're ready to go. I just went in with some Nairobi sheer shine and a little bit of spritz. This is going to get down flyaways because flyaways aren't cute. You should definitely do the detailed work and take all of those extra steps to make your hair look as best as possible, and your stylist should too. Now the next step we're going to go into is just kind of blending out that hair a bit more. So I'm taking my Babyliss and I'm going to just straighten out some of that texture, whether it's coming from my hair or the wig underneath, because we're curling it. So we don't want it to be curls with the side of waves. We want it to be curls with curls. After that, we're going to go ahead and start layering this unit up. What I'm doing is the slide cut method. So I'm going to figure out where my leave out stops. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just separating my hair. Hey, my hair stops here. That is where I will start my first layer. So I'm taking it and I'm just sliding my scissors down. You're just going to take it. You're going to feed your scissors in and you're going to slide it down. Very, very simple. No high technical work here. You're going to comb it all out. Figure out where your leave out is and start underneath that. If you want your layers to be shorter, by all means, cut into your hair. It's not a problem. Hair always grows back. But for me, I prefer longer layers anyways, and it's going to be a temporary style. So, again, comb all of the hair out and then just slide your shears down. Really easy way to get layers, and it's super cute. The result is so cute.
You try to come back when you faint. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not bad. You wanna get with me, stop. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say.
Our layers are in. We're going in with our T3. We're going to feed our hair into the curling iron a couple of times, really, to smooth it out. And then with the curling iron facing in an upward direction, right? The tong is facing upward. We're going to pull our hair down through it, flip it backwards, pull it down, flip it backwards, pull it down, flip it backwards, in an effort to get the end of the hair in. This whole entire motion is getting us to curl. So after that, to get the best kind of style, the best kind of hold, we're going to go ahead and pin it up. When it comes to the rest of the hair, we all want the curls to face kind of backwards, whether you know it or not. That's that Farrah Fawcett look. That's that big bombshell curl. So you may have to turn your hands different directions. The objective, though, is to get all of your curls to face backwards. They are the longest lasting curls, and to me, they look more aesthetically pleasing as opposed to curls that face inward. Those kind of give grandma to me. To get these to hold and to last, you're just going to pin them with a duckbill clip as best as possible. You're going to do this around your entire head, around the face, and everywhere really. You're going to have everything curl backwards away from the face. It looks the best. It's definitely the newer style that you see when you see like, ooh, her hair looks great. You're on Instagram. Wow. They're curling everything to the back. It just looks aesthetically pleasing, especially when you pair it with some layers. So once you do that, I'll show you exactly how to comb this out into a beautiful style, and then you're all done. When I tell you wash to install, this took about at best an hour, and that's a really reliable style. While I'm recording this right now, I still have this in. You guys, I did this a month ago. It's still in my head. And it's not going anywhere. I work out, I run, I swim, all in here. And this install has lasted me. Love it. It's definitely my go-to.
Forever gang, I'm never switching over. Made a lane and niggas can't get over. I can't mess with rappers, they be bogus. Rather get a pack and keep it open. Big dripper stand up in the ocean. Everybody trapping, we get lost. He ain't 4PF, but he ain't got motion. Made a half a ticket out promotion. Shout out switching sweet and keep me rolling. But if we get the op, we gotta smoke. Ride around with Drake, like we OVO. I got some rats and I want some more. Still got a pass in the hood, call it give and go. Keep a nigga, man, bitch in a figure four. Let me fuck when I want, I just come and go. Man, these rackets too deep for these skinny clothes. I might put me in him in some bitch boat. They look braid, this nigga start getting low. I spent time on the racks on the Lambo and didn't even know how to make them motherfuckers go. On my birthday, I just wanna look at those. Barely fit, but don't play with me, period. Troops follow behind in the years. In the road, I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom who sold out my partner, the parties, God, the period. I fuck with shots and I'm gonna bust. You can't put on that drip, he ain't one of us. How you riding the Benz in a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They my last on my last, I know wiping up. Count the money up fast like I'm typing some. I'm the type to get active and never run. Hit the rulers, my niggas ain't scared of none. Ain't no rules, you got rats, you can get it done. When I like they, I keep me 100 fun. They can hit after he call me very fun. For the Christmas, I bought everybody. Smoke gloss and choppers and F's for everyone. Take the roof out the car, let her feel the sun. I'm broke to see it drop by 5,000 months. Got this bitch off the collar, she suck it and swallow. I stick it and she feel it in a gut. Nigga don't run for my collar.
We are all curled up. I tend to let these sit typically until they cool. There's really no time limit on it, just until they cool. You just want it to cool in a curl. If you pull it down too fast and it's still warm, it'll have that drop look. Now for the edges, I'm just going in with like a little baby flat iron. I'm curling it backwards because that's what the girls are doing, and let me tell you, it works. I'm going in with some edge booster in black. I also use dark brown from time to time, and then some Miel Cosmetic edge control. You guys, it works. It absolutely works. My hair has never lasted so well with edge control. It kind of reminds me of like that when Hicks had first came out like years, like a decade ago, when we were all like, oh, this is so good. They got that formula. So all I'm doing is swooping it down in a S/C shape, and they're good to go. And they literally lasted me like 2-3 days off of that one edge. After that, I'm just pulling down the pin curls. You'll do the same. And then for the style, the same way we curled it is the same way we're going to brush it. So everything in a backwards direction.
Oh! Favorite part.
Hands down, favorite part, almost reveal time. I'm going in with some hair flex to just get away any flyaways. I want the hair to not give helmet, but definitely have some intention with it. You just did your hair. You want to put all those finishing touches on it. I think that's the part that we're missing when we do our hair at home. You know, like when the stylist hits you with the oil sheen to signify that you're done, but also she's getting ready to your flyaways. This is what you need at home. So go ahead and get hair flex and any kind of oil sheen you need. And then after that, we're going to start combing these curls out. We don't want it to give grandma. We want it to give sultry. So what I do is finger comb first, and then we're going to go in with our small tooth comb and just kind of combine these curls and get them flowing in the direction we want them to go. So for me, it's always going to be backwards. It's always been backwards. I just think it looks so sultry and sexy. And that's always the name of the game. So that's what we're going to do. I'm blending these curls. I'm literally going to comb for at least 5 minutes until I get it to go in the direction I want it to go. If it's backwards, it's backwards. In this moment, when you're still like primming and prepping, and this is what your stylist is doing when you're sitting there thinking, dang, she ain't done yet. No, she's not, because it's not perfect. So this is your chance to be a perfectionist, because guaranteed it's not going to look like this by tomorrow or the day after. And this is the time where you need to get all of your picks off. But literally comb it all backwards. It looks so flawless, so amazing. If you follow these steps, promise you're going to get it done and it's going to look so good. Now, pro tip that I should have put when we were talking about the braids, you do not have to do your own braids. You don't have to know anybody to get your braids done. You should go to a hair school and have them braid your hair for very, very cheap, and just tell them the style that you need it in. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I loved my hair. I hope you love yours too. And I can't wait to see you in the next tutorial. Bye.
Why would you tell me those lies? Why would you make it so bold to my face? Why is stories all over the place? Whole lot of secrets friends don't keep saying. Where did your friends all go? I can't solve your problems. You say your problems never needed solving.